Yeah, speaking of drama on Twitter, right? Because I got reminded of that. I can't remember what I tweeted at. So every now and then, people ask this all the time, but every now and then I put a reply out there just so, it's not total silence. But someone was like, hey, we made an app on iOS with the Hermitcraft name and brand. Can, we publish this? And I just had to say, sorry, no, can't endorse anyone using the Hermitcraft name, right? And it just kicked up a load of controversy from so many different angles. And it felt quite frustrating to try and explain it because there were some people that got it and some people that didn't, and some people that were like, oh, I wanted to see that thing and play that game, this app that someone had made. And it's like, well, that's not a great reason. Like, I want is not the best reason to do stuff a lot of the time, right? So yeah, there was a bit of Twitter drama with some people being upset, saying I was mean and rude, which I don't think I was at all. I was just completely to the point, and just trying to be neutral about it. And anyway, the thing that I want to share and express is that, Hermitcraft, you may love it and your passion may inspire you to create something Hermitcraft adjacent, a fan server, a game, a thing that you want to sell or whatever. We as a group of people have to agree, 28 of us, on something, and having a stranger on the internet that you don't know ask to use your name to create a product, right, that you don't have control over, that's not something we're going to be interested in. And if it were another scenario where we were interested, we would have to get 28 people to agree. And, do we have the time and energy to oversee some other project with our name in it because it's carrying our name? The answer is no. That's why you don't see a lot of Hermitcraft adjacent stuff, because we're not a corporation with corporate resources and those kind of ambitions or visions, right? We're like a group of friends playing on a server together, and extending that to other things is really tricky to do because we don't have a lot of resources. We make videos all day, and no one wants to spend hours of their time going over someone else's product, double checking things, making sure everything is up to the scratch of everyone's opinion, right? It's just, when you think it through, when you think, okay, what happens for this thing to go into existence, it's just not really that feasible. Yeah, you'll have to protect your brand. I think your response was perfect, says Alvin Glarp. Thanks. My response was very uncoloured, just straight to the point. Hey, this is how it works, you can't do it. Okay, I'm not trying to rain on that person's parade or do anything mean-spirited. It's just like, that's just how it is. Don't call it drama. Why do they want something as amazing as HC on their own and first make their own money on their own idea and work? They got the answer, says Sweet Sunny. Well, I use the term drama because that's what we call it. And it was, it was people bickering over something that I had said, which I thought was entirely reasonable. I think you just got to respect other people's decisions, It almost, it's annoying because it's almost one of those things like, why do I have to explain this? If I go, hey, person in chat, I like your avatar, can I put it in my next video? And you say no, you don't have to explain that. It's your thing, it's your thing. You don't have to explain yourself. And if you did, there's probably a good reason why. It's mine, I like it, I don't want it appearing in someone else's video. That's fine. You're right to do so, right? It's interesting how fan art falls within the reasonable space, but games don't. Just a fascinating difference, I think. Not necessarily bad, says Demented DMK. Yeah, it does. There is an absolute grey area around how a brand extends itself into a community, right? Like if then someone started monetizing fan art, that might stir a few eyebrows. I don't know how I feel about that myself. And each and every hermit in our group feels differently about this stuff. Some people are cool with it. Some people are easy with the breeze, which is me, to be fair. I'm more of the ones to be like, okay, that's happening, is it? Well, I haven't got the time to deal with that. Whereas other people aren't. There's a whole range of different takes on these things. Fan art is something that everyone tends to love, as you can imagine, and it totally goes into that weird grey area where, yeah, this is technically like someone making a game and an app, but you know, none of the hermits are asking for fan art to deceased, right? So it exists, and life's not fair. Like, it just happens like that. Whereas someone making a game, a product out of it, it ends up being something different. You're putting something into a marketplace. It doesn't really come with the context of fan art, even though it might be fan art adjacent, as in I'm a fan and I created a game. And that's unfortunate. That might have literally been their intention. It might have been like their piece of fan art, and unfortunately that's the way these things work. But yeah, it's like the answer is it. That's the end of the conversation, really. It's like you don't need to overthink it and think it's mean, it's wrong. It's like, it's alright to say what happens with our brand. And yeah, fan art's just one of those fuzzy grey areas where it's like, yep, things like this exist as well. Xisuma, I can't imagine a lot of the hermits want to deal with that stuff anyway. They either have their own branding to deal with along with their other life priorities, says Itchy this. Exactly. And, you know, every time I check my email inbox, I have like email after email of people asking to do something with the Hermitcraft name. Like, if we took that stuff seriously and we'd never get anything done. But like, I like to put out, you know, one reply every now and then. Occasionally one of those emails looks a bit more serious, like, oh wait, someone's what? They're buying a server and doing all this stuff. It's like, hey dude, no. Hold up, we're not going to endorse this. And, you know, I just put out an answer out there for that person. I've done it before. Every now and then I just answer one of them, so it's kind of out there. And people took it the wrong way. What about the free Hermitcraft music remixes, says Ace Maxus. Again, yep, another great example of that weird grey area. If one of us were like, no, you can't use my voice in a remix, we would be within our rights to say so. Okay, fair use is a very grey area topic, right? People love to shout fair use, and it's not quite what you think it is. I don't know the specifics, but I believe someone remixing my voice for a song probably is within their rights to do it, right? Their fair rights. But if I were to request and say, hey, I don't want you to, you know, remix my voice, then, you know, that person could choose to respect that decision if they wanted to. And again, it's like fan art. It's like, it's something made out of adoration for, you know, for the love of like what we do, and so it's like very well accepted, and therefore it doesn't cause any problems. Not everything in life is black and white and runs like a machine. Some things just are a bit fuzzy. If someone then started like, you know, heavily monetizing that sort of remix culture around Hermitcraft, that might stir a few eyebrows again, you know. Everyone feels differently about this stuff, so I can't speak for anyone else other than myself. No one's done anything like that, so I can't really think of a scenario where something like that might happen. We got cheers and bits here from Guernsey Donkey saying, is recap done with Hermit's permission? And again, same question again, you've asked twice. So thank you for cheers and the bits, I appreciate it. The recap used to be official, and then we felt it was best to make it not official because not everyone feels the same way about this sort of stuff. But for the most part, like, what they create is its own product, right? It's one of those fair use things where they pretty much fall on the side of, you know, the legal use of fair use. It's a grey area, but I believe they fall well within their rights to create content out of our content. There are people who simply re-upload clips with no added context or commentary or anything, and create compilations of Hermitcraft content. That stuff is very contentious because they are literally taking our work and not providing any additional value and then monetizing it, which would, I think, most of the time fall on the other side of that. That would not be accepted under fair use because they're simply creating clips and compilations, and I believe it is actually legally worded that that doesn't constitute fair use, right? But you know what they're doing is they're providing more. They're providing commentary, jokes, gags. They're creating a compilation that is, you know, not just straight footage from our videos, and so they you know, they have their rights to do it. So You know, the recap is all good. True, it's about decency. As long as it doesn't get out of hand, creating something new out of snippets and putting your own twist on it is fun, says Sweet Sunny Dream. Absolutely, yeah. And, you know, I personally, I would encourage anyone who wants to use what I do to make their own. You know, I don't have a problem with that. If you are to go towards that territory of straight up no added value, just using my footage and my likeness to generate views, then I'm going to be a bit more like, not sure I like this, right? And hey, I can't give you a specific answer to what I would and wouldn't like. It's just one of those things you got to accept, like, and that's why you should ask people and say if I can do this, if I can do that. You know, it might be that you don't really need to ask and everything's fine, but if you do ask first, you know, you can avoid some headaches. You don't have to ask for fan art. Anna says it's a case-by-case basis, I guess. Absolutely. Always is, yeah. Always going to be a case-by-case thing. So let's say someone were to sub to Hermitcraft clips in a different language. Would that fall under added content? I do not know what you recreating in another language would do, but if someone asked me if they could do that with my content, I would say no. I would not want someone taking my content and translating it. What I might do, but certainly have no plans to, I might translate my own content and within my own system launch, you know, Xisuma France. The Xisuma France channel coming soon. That might be something I choose to do. Unlikely, but someone else doing it. And I had those offers before. I get those emails where it's like, hey, I'm gonna like translate your videos and upload them. I'm like, no, please don't. Please don't do that. What if there was a Hermitcraft compilation channel where the compiles clips like Barge, Treasure Box compilation, where the channel was made from. Okay, it's going off the top of the screen. You know, like if someone is making clips with no added value, no added context, you know, it's not really fair use, and it will probably rub a lot of the hermits the wrong way. It certainly would rub me the wrong way if you see on my second channel, we got the best of Xisuma episodes, right? Recaps of every 10 episodes of Hermitcraft. If someone was making that, not on my channel, I would be annoyed. That would be taking my content to generate views and not adding anything to it, really. You know, you could argue that the editing is value, but legally, no. You have to really, like, you know, show some substantial remixing, not just clips.